Hey guys, Tyrup here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Elst Outskirts. Playing for today, spawning on the left, we have Onimusha playing his Soviets, and his loadout is mechanized support, guard rifle combined arms, and shock rifle frontline. Teaming up with him is CB Beer. Also playing as Soviets, who has shock rifle frontline, airborne troops, and armored assault. Facing off against them on the right, we have a Predator playing as Ostheer, and his loadout is Jaeger armor, German mechanized, and Jaeger infantry. Teaming up with him playing as OKW, we have Haas, who has Overwatch, elite armor, and grand offensive. In terms of ranks, Onimusha and Beer random team. One of them's around rank 50 random Soviet, the other around rank 100. Haas and Predator a range team around rank 200 a range team. So a few wee skirmishes going on across the map. Got a tier 1 start from Onimusha. So a tier 1 start from Bear, but he went for a conscript. Let's see if the double combat engineer start. He's closing the distance here. Here come the penals from the other side. Outskirts in a tough position, but Stone Pioneer is shredding in close range there, doing some really good damage. And it looks like a couple of squads from Predators going to come across the other side. Brace for the door. Ooh, and the penals win it. Bear's going to maintain building control. It looks like maybe the squad's going to do some back capping. Good usage there from Bear of that low health squad. And now even the Grenadiers in a tricky position there. He's forced away very, very low health. I think he was trying to stick around, hoping that they'd drop a model or two so he could reinforce them back at base, but it didn't end up happening. They just kept getting lower and lower in health. Just had to pull the trigger on the retreat. He's also forced away by the penals. Income to penals approaching the fuel, but two folks behind heavy cover should be able to hold the line there. There's his combat engineers over there. Oh, penals pushing in through the middle. Grenadiers getting flanked here, trying to maintain cutoff control, but looks like they're going to have to lose it. See Haas locking a commander going for elite armor, getting out that 221 already. We do actually have an M3 as well for Onimusha, coming in at a later timing than what we usually see after his second penal. See if he manages to do enough damage with it. Oh, the penals drop enough models that they're no longer in the cutoff. Let's retreat on them. But yeah, no cutoffs there from the allies, despite their strong control. And here comes the 221. Have to be pretty careful with it before you get the 223 upgrade. Doesn't have very strong armor, quite vulnerable to small arms, as well as the M3. Especially with a squad inside it, it can take out the 221. Looks like M3 doing a drop off there. Penals jumping into the building, going hunting for the flamer. MG in this building right next to the ally cutoff there. Hasn't managed to actually cut the fuel off yet. Still connected. 221 doing some chaseaways on the flank. These squads trying to find an angle. These Fox Grenadiers just holding the line on these heavy cover positions for so long. Well, on the other side, 221 going hunting. Penal in trouble. Very low in health. To reload there. Ooh, and he gets him with that last burst. Nice kill there for Haas. Looks like the penals do find a good angle whilst all this is going on, and opportunity is getting low, going to be forced away here.
Ready to execute.
Our group is down for Haas. We're actually seeing a mechanized Grenadier group coming in for Predator.
Crew, stand ready.
As well as a Raketin for Haas. Be a pretty powerful combo, 221 and the 250 combining. Should allow the Axis quite a lot of map control throughout this period. And if they can get, you know, some harass on the fuel, slow down those T-70s, they'll be to their advantage. Either of the Soviet players have put down their tech yet, which is a little bit concerning. And there we go, parking up wrong way in front of a MG42 and 250 and LMG equipped Grenadier squad. Went down very quickly for Onimusha. That was some clumsy M3 play right there. Facing the armor correct direction, I don't think it would have helped, and there we go. Flamethrower goes down, so there's 2 squads now down for Onimusha. Goes for another squad of shock troops to replace them. But really needs combat engineers because, as I mentioned, needs the tech, needs to get the T-70 cooking. Okay, about the 223 now, much more durable against the small arms. Any of these penals being upgraded? Does not look like it. So no PTRSs yet. That 223 should be very effective. Speaking of PTRSs, squad in the north takes care of the 250. Nice grenade there. Grenadiers getting low. I think the smoke from the wreck was blocking these grenadiers from sight on the shock troops. I think they could have got the wipe there if they chased it. We lost a few models in the process, but it would have been worthwhile. Going to come back out now. Just going to drive right and close. It's a little bit risky doing this, and, you know, if a PTRS upgrade does pop, but he's seen them parked in this enemy territory for so long, knows the upgrade is most likely not being ticked. Double shock troops causing these unupgraded grenadiers all sorts of headaches. Might be able to outmaneuver this machine gun now as well. That's where you really need the 250 to force these back. Could even get the kill on the MG here. Looks like Predator's gonna try some tricky maneuvers to avoid it going down. Shock troops in close, throwing a smoke rather than an HE. No, that was an HE. Ooh. New shock troops going down there. Get away. So does the MG. Close calls both ways. Looks like the Axis have finally pushed back onto this fuel, but we haven't got the cutoff quite yet. Allies with double fuel, and we did see a T-70 just hitting the battlefield now for Bear, heading towards the south. Getting busy. Do have a demo in this building as well. Haas did have a Raketin. Okay, it's near the cutoff position. It is partially prepared. The T-70. Common strategy would be to try bait the 223. Get the T-70 to overcommit and kill it with the Raketin. We'll see if that can happen. Military support coming in from Haas. This is a bad play, I would say. I mean, he's not up against that many like static units, not up against any team weapons. I feel like a machine gun would help hold the line a lot more effectively right now. And here we go, T-70 finally coming forwards, getting some work done. Getting in a nice position to counter it though. Backs away. Second shot connects. Nice work. Oh, we've got some S-mines down here. Looks like one of the patches has already been triggered. Doesn't end up doing too much more damage to the shock troops. That's 3 squads of shock troops now. And they're just blobbing towards Predator squads, but you need a lot of firepower to stop that many shock troops. And with all those LMGs, the Grenadiers can't really compete. Losing a lot of territory right there. Shock troops charging forwards. 2-3 getting repairs back at base. Can use the emergency repairs on that now. Might be an idea. Oh, and now the infantry support getting in some trouble. Shock troops have worked their way from north into middle. And take it down quickly. Looks like he's going to go for the steel on it as well. No. The arrival of the 223 saves the day, and the infantry support gun is going to remain in Axis hands. That's cool, and the Axis have been struggling the last few minutes. Predator having a lot of trouble against the shock troops up north, and Haas also losing a lot of territory. Suppression coming in there on the shock troops. Still, Allies in control of double fuel. Checking what's going on in terms of tech back here. Doesn't seem like we've got any tier 4 tech down quite yet. So there's just way too many LMG Grenadiers for one squad of shock troops. Flamer there as well, so they can't hide in the building. And he gets out and goes down. Oh, this door was blocked. Looks like maybe Predator wired that off. Nice work, and shock troops go down because of it. Smoke in. Predator backpedaling, trying to maintain range against the shock troops. He might even be able to do a 3v1 if he gets some point blank full health. Comes the incendiary artillery now, but he's going to try dodge. I thought he maybe was going to just try right click them down. If he gets the kill. 70 roaring around. We do have 2 Raketans now for Haas. Should be able to contain the T-70 a little bit more effectively. We also have a sniper for Bear. Fresh on the field. It's quite vulnerable to the 223 though. He's going to have to be careful with that. Comes the PTRS squad. Second Raketan coming out of base right now. There we go. Sniper opens up on these Volksgrenadiers. And we do have some overs now for Haas. So it should help him against the penals. Still stand by my statement. He should have gone for machine gun instead of the infantry support gun. Hasn't been up to much whilst it's been on the field. Hasn't done much damage at all with it. Double shocks pushing through the middle. Oh no, Pack in some trouble. Another incendiary artillery was dropped there. He's going for the steel on that. We do have 1 squad of LMG Greens and a fresh squad of P Greens coming in now, but he smokes it off. Under grenade through the bushes. Does not connect though. Sniper backpedaling. Kitten did some really good damage to T-70, forced it away. Nova's also chipping in for some nice damage there. Shock troops still up here, still doing damage. Grenadiers around the corner. Finally forced away, but they did a lot of damage there, stealing the pack. Good assault for Onimusha. Predator having to rebuild that pack now, bringing that out. Speaking of AT guns, here's a Zis, fresh for Onimusha. I wonder if he forgot to cancel this after stealing the pack. Looks like he's going just straight IS-2 strategy here, not getting tier 3 or tier 4. Could leave him a little bit vulnerable over the next few minutes whilst he accumulates those command points to the Axis armor, which is going to be coming in shortly. Us a little bit of fuel away from a medium, and Predator also not too far away from Brumbier. But they have now double fuel control, so finally turning the tables. Took them a long time though.
Forces are securing our territory.
And a grenade trying to fend off the shock troops, but unable to. MG Grenadier is doing some really good damage to the penals back there though. And the MG42 also in a nice position to shut down the shock troops. Penals do manage to secure the cutoff, but it's not really connecting too much right now, so not a huge priority. And maybe we're going to see a rifle grenade. No, shock troops jump out of the building. Launch a grenade, dodged, and have to retreat. Oh, here we go. T-34-85 for beer. Do have a couple of Raketans. Should be able to fend it off pretty effectively, as long as the positioning on them is good. But getting overwhelmed by the infantry right here. These his obers, which are back, reinforcing. That was a good hit from the infantry support gun. There's the 85 though. Where are these Raketans at? He's waiting. 3485 pushing forwards. It's probably like a pretty reasonable timing, just set the 223 up. Get the increased resources now. It's too dangerous whilst he doesn't have medium armor on the field himself. Go up against this kind of composition. Did actually also see a fuel cache go down for Predator, speeding the Axis towards their vehicles. Send your grenade in. Squad out. Shock troops charging forwards again, but P-Greens are going to be there this time. Ready for the charge. Some good damage on approach. They're maintaining the model count, but they're starting to drop off. Have to retreat. Onimusha really starting to struggle now. His no-tick strategy is starting to backfire a little bit. How much fuel he has. Troops coming in from the other side, but we do have a lot of LMGs here. So shock troops getting picked apart. Ooh, quite badly. Might even go down here. No, close call though. Ooh, 85 doing some damage in the middle. We do have a PTRS down. Did we lose the squad? Yeah, he looks like he lost the PTRS squad. How did that happen? And here is the Panzer IV for Haas, upgrading with the tank commander. One of the real benefits of this commander is, the heat ammunition allows you to fight very effectively against things like the T-34-85, the extra penetration damage coming in handy. It's those premium mediums. We've got the sweeper out here for Haas. Backed up by a Raketan. Double Raketans in fact. Second one misses. And speaking of mines, P4 does hit one there. T-34 coming forwards. This is risky stuff with the Raketans right there. It's a bad idea. P4 penetrates its first shot. So does the 85. No heat shells activated yet. But P4 penetrates second time. Kittens are there, and 3 shots in a row. Down goes the 85. That was a really reckless play from Beer. But he decrews both Kittens with the T70. Yeah, I was about to say, this is a time where the IL-2s would be really nice to help him just steal away the Kittens. But he activated them a little bit late. It looks like, ooh, some tank commander artillery coming in there as well. Trying to destroy the abandoned AT gun, it looked like. Didn't quite do enough damage. And here is a Panther on the other side for Predator. Sometimes you do see players go for the Brumbier first, but he feels that the mid-game was quite weak. So he doesn't want to risk getting overrun by an IS-2. Couple AT guns are there as well, has to be careful around those. Might even choose to go for like a Panther into a Werfer combo to try and counter these double AT guns as well. They're making use of these smoke bombs. Covering off from the AT guns. P-Green's got the Vet 1 speed bonus there next to vehicles. Helps them evade the shock troops nicely. And some more mines. T-70 still there though.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
And so is a sniper. Oh, versus the Obers. I was getting a decent burst in there. Running and gunning though, not their strength. Panther charging forwards. Can be a little bit more aggressive with him. He's not up against too many squads with snares, just the one PTRS penal squad. Panther can be a little bit more aggressive. So I haven't seen any mines up here in the north from Onimusha. And this is a nasty LMG blob on the cutoff. Shock troops on retreat. In a bit of trouble. And there we go, crossing the road. They end up going down. I've got another squad of shock troops. In trouble. Just going to drop a few models, it looks like. So Beer has not built another tank, floating a huge amount of manpower. It makes me think he's going to go for the IS-2 himself. Could put down a cache in the meantime, I suppose. Probably needs to get a machine gun as well, Maxim. But looks like he has not ticked tier 2, so that's why he's reluctant. Here comes the Storm Tiger. For Haas. Let's see what he can do with it. We also have a command tank coming in from Predator. That's an unusual pick. Things are up for Beer. AA mode activated on the sphere, but it is a little bit far back, so not getting too many shells off at this range. Oh, and there we go, the 223 finally going down there. T-70 and Stolen Raketen finishing the job. If we're going to be right next to that demo, it doesn't get activated. He's going hunting for his Stolen Raketen. Retreats. And that is the IS-2 now for Onimusha. So yeah, Storm Tiger coming up behind all this. Pushing forwards aggressively with it. So, same with the P4. Looks like he's going to go for a Storm Tiger shot on the IS-2, but the Panzer IV goes down. Doom Tiger rocket does pretty good damage to the pack, but avoids the IS-2. Tank artillery coming down there. One of the AT guns is down. Pack and Panther pushing in from the other side against the IS-2. Double Panzer Grenadiers now. And Command Tank going hunting for the ZIS. Panther pushing behind this. Looks like both sides are going to disengage there. Is Predator going to regather his AT gun? He will. IS-2 comes forward for a pot shot. Ooh, attack grounding I think at that range. Connects nicely with that Grenadier. And we have a moment of silence. Yeah, that was some really reckless play with the Panzer IV. I think he was trying to leave it out there as bait. So this Doom Tiger rocket could connect, but didn't end up happening that way, and lost his Panzer IV because of it. But yeah, curiously went for the command tank. Can be a strong choice in 2v2s if you're up against like a lot of rocket artillery. Help keep your squads alive. But not sure about it in this particular case. No rocket artillery on the field yet. Target back up, ready to fire. Sort of dodging and outright retreat. Heard it through the fog, I imagine. Got another airstrike coming in for Beer. And finally has the button available for his IS-2. This is mainly just to control, maintain territory for the Allies. Now we have Enos with a MG42. That's nasty. Shock troops charging forwards. Grenadiers need to get involved. Oh! Doom Tiger rocket doesn't look like it hit anything. Still only has one kill. Troops on the line. Going down there, Vet 3 shock troops in fact, so once again some clumsy play for Onimusha, just losing squads for no real reason. And now Predator pushing forwards. Oh, IS-2 on the other side of the map though, doing some big damage to Haas's forces. And here comes the Panther from the other side to assist. Be careful, Stolen Rocket is there. IS-2 getting low. Still, I think, needs 3 shots to go down there. Panther in a bit of trouble. Just one more shot from the Rocket, and T-70 even connecting there. Trying to outmaneuver the IS-2's gun. Gets the kill before the IS-2 gets a shot off, but the IS-2 from the north coming to assist his teammate. Panther in some trouble, narrowly avoids the mine. Oh, and that's abandoned. Panther goes down there. And looks like that's just going to be destroyed. And the IS-2's going to back up. So a pretty decent trade for Predator there. Came down to the south, took out the IS-2, which is, you know, significantly more expensive than the Panther, so it's not all bad news. But that does leave the Axis a little bit vulnerable to tanks right now. Looks like Haas lost his Raketen at some stage. There's no anti-tank himself. Predator does have the double AT guns, but that's about it as well.
The enemy is taking our territory.
VP's very close to even between these two teams at this stage. So yeah, still anyone's game. Army size is also pretty similar, but the Axis have a slight lead in that department. We also have a flak half track from Haas as well. He's had enough of those IL-2 planes. Incendiary artillery coming in on the machine gun there. Oh! That time he got some kills. Almost took out the penal squad. 5 models down. Ooh, those Obers doing some big damage to the Rakit and needs to retreat that. No retreat? Is it bugged out? I haven't seen a bug on a Rakit like that. No, it's dead now. And there are the Overs. Spike onto the AT gun once again from Predator to cover the command tank. These LMG Grenadiers with the command tank aura are doing some really nice work. See a KV-8 now from Onimusha. Did finally end up ticking up, which is why he's quite light on infantry. He hasn't been rebuilding all those squads he lost. He's spending all that manpower on tech. He's backed up with a KV-8. Can be very effective against Predator's team weapons. KV-8's pretty durable. KV-8 getting busy. Some decent damage there. Grenadiers do get away. Storm Tiger line up a rocket, but has to cancel it. And now double heavies on the rampage. Looks like the Storm Tiger's going to try to get another rocket in. Ooh, grazing damage. Didn't do much damage, but did get the stun on both of those vehicles. But they are getting torched out by the KV-8. Fresh Panther there as well, though. Spread the damage amongst both of the vehicles. Panther missing his shots. Missing again, and it looks like both these tanks might escape from Onimusha. Command tank pushing forwards. Tanks pushing up behind this. Attack ground attempts from both sides. Command tank getting in close on the pack, trying to get the decro on it. Takes some damage from the IS-2. They're backing away. This might have been the time to continue the push as command tank's out here all by itself. Command tank is going to make it away. Oh, incendiary artillery coming in on the double packs. Dodging now. Ooh, taking some big damage from the penals from the middle though. Both packs are down. Panther charging back in now. A little bit indecisive in that department. Should have kept it in the whole time. Going hunting, but oh, this PTR's penal squad doesn't want to risk getting sticky satcheled. So he backs away. Might be wise to try and knock out this decrued AT gun. Going for that now. Good idea. Hopefully you can also regather both those packs. Come the penals now though. Storm Tiger looking to line up some rockets here. Going to go for the Rakitten. Another Sturmovik strike coming in. Rakitten doesn't manage to dodge forwards. Goes down to the stolen... to the Storm Tiger rather. And the IL-2s forcing away the squads. Looks like the shock troops will maybe be able to steal away one of these packs. Our tank is there. Trying to cover his tracks with the smoke. Oh, down it goes. And those planes getting shot down nicely by the flak half track. That investment is starting to pay off now. Looks like the Axis are going to get both of the packs. Once again, Bear floating a tremendous amount of manpower this game. Really should have put down some caches. Others getting chipped away by the sniper, which has been doing okay. Okay, Panther now coming in for Haas. That should be a strong choice. Half-track also defending this cutoff here. Grenadiers pushing forwards. Tank tanks out of commission, requiring repairs. Pioneers only making their way back out on the front line.
Well done. We have forced the enemy down to 200
So I'm
points.
trying to ready to fire again. Sometimes the best way to use a Storm Tiger is to park it up somewhere and wait for a squad to come to you. That way, opponents are less likely to hear it through the fog. Looks like maybe that's what he was going for there, but squads actually weren't pushing into middle. Ooh, and it's SU-85 now for Onimusha to back up. He's got a pretty nasty army of tanks now.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
KV-8, IS-2 and SU-85. That's a strong combination.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
So again, Haas going for the tank commander artillery. Strange firefight. Looks like the V3 P-Greens are going to take it. Oh, maybe not. That was a close one though. Keep going for some attack rounds there, I think. Storm Tiger ready to fire. Oh, it doesn't cancel it. We're getting long gone. That Storm Tiger really hasn't got too much done. 14 kills. Oh, big 1-2 punch on the Panther. Pop smoke to cover his escape. SU-85 still connects with one more round whilst the plane was in the air though. And P-Green's in some trouble there. KV-8 going hunting. And doesn't even need to. Penals get the job done. Panther coming back in now. Behind the smoke. A few free hits. Pack. Okay, Pack pushing very far forwards here. Continue actually dropped on the Pack. Panther from Haas joining in on the front in the north. Double Panthers pushing. Oh, and the Pack maybe going to get decrewed from the fresh IS-2 from Beer. There it goes. I don't think there's enough damage on the side of the Axis right here to finish off any of these allied tanks. Faking a few shots. More smoke coming in from the Axis. Attack round attempts from Onimusha. Steal on the Pack attempt from Beer. Doesn't even get a shot off though. Too many units nearby. And it looks like Predator's actually going to just outright destroy that now. Go for a second Panther as well. Probably could have regathered it, but there's the IS-2 right there. Yeah, still, there's so much resources floating. This whole game, it's bad. Okay, second Panther coming in now for Predator. Oh, and that's a second... Oh, that's a Yak Panzer from Haas. Can be really strong with the heat rounds. I don't think we've seen many heat round activations from Haas. Maybe none at all so far, but they are very strong. And on the Panther versus the IS-2, they can come in handy. Yak Panzer versus just about anything. Fire through the smoke. Connects, but doesn't quite do enough damage. Looks like he landed a little bit short. Command tank doing some really good damage. Getting some in return now though. Made in. Machine gun on the Panther doing some good damage though. Speaking of damage, Panther taking some. There's a second SU-85 from Onimusha. It makes it very hard to use these Panthers. Remember, Predator did, destroy his AT gun, so can't really back these Panthers up with an anti-tank gun to help fend off the SU-85s. It requires some sharp positioning of the Panthers on the axis. Maybe they're going to have to try and isolate Beer's eyes to knock that out. Hopefully catch it a little bit far away from these SU-85s. Bounces there on the IS-2's armor. This one coming in. Oh, plane's coming down. Team Tiger ready to fire again. We also have the incendiary artillery coming in. All the off maps. Team Tiger lining up some shots in the middle. No, cancels it. Oh man. 3-over's doing some nice damage there. Getting flanked now, and the sniper picking some shots. IS-2 coming through the middle. This could be the moment for the Axis tanks. It looks like... Oh! That was the mother load! Sturm Tiger, direct hit on the IS-2, knocks it out. Oh, and now this SU-85 trapped in the wreckage, unable to move. And that goes down as well. Well, there we go. Sturm Tiger made up for itself big right there. Now the Panthers pushing forwards, looking to knock out remaining allied vehicles. The Panthers chipping in some nice damage from long range. Smokes off this angle. They're going hunting for the lone IS-2. It's isolated. Main gun destroyed on it. Uh-oh. And there it goes. And looks like everything's dying here for the Allies. SU-85 coming out looking for some revenge. Do you have the Jagdpanzer right there? And Panther actually connecting long range. Now the SU-85 could be in trouble. Looks like the Jagdpanzer's going to pull back though. PTRS popping on these penals. Will they make the difference? Looks like he's going to just get the command tank, which is at full health, so not a high priority target. We have some incendiary artillery coming in back there. Sniper picking some more shots for Beer. Continuing to pick away. And I don't think any of the Axis armor went down in that assault. So they are just leagues ahead at this point. Huge army size discrepancy. Oh, whoa! Raketin goes SU-85 hunting and he sneaks his way in there and he gets the kill. Onimusha on suicide watch after that one. So the Raketin might not make it home though. It does not. So trying to line up a rocket. Grazing the penals. They did dodge nicely out to the side, avoided most of the damage there. But yeah, I mean, that's all those slightly substandard Sturm Tiger rockets were made up for right there as he knocked out the IS-2. That was exactly what the Axis needed. Sounds like most of their tanks are back up to full, ready to do some more damage. Finish off the Allies here. Yeah, still floating at just a huge amount of manpower. Has managed to steal away another Raketin though. really should have at some point ticked up tier 2. Maybe got himself an AT gun, maybe got a Maxim to help hold back the Axis infantry. It just never came true, or maybe build some caches as well, because they had a pretty big surplus of common engineers went down there. Fuel early, the Allies really needed more fuel after they lost their first few tanks. Through the middle. Using the tank commander artillery on them. And one of them goes down from it, slightly late on the dodge. Now Panther's going after the sniper here. Fresh IS-2. Panther should be able to 2v1 it here. Infantry going down in the middle. Just trading with the IS-2. Squads go down to the this Doom Tiger was ready to fire that quickly again. There's 2 penal squads down there. And there we go, the Allies throw in the towel. Oof. Well, it was a pretty decent start from both teams, but then the Allies took control of double fuels for a long period, from maybe around the 8th minute to maybe around the 15th minute. Give them a strong showing into the mid-game. Onimusha not ticking early, I think maybe cost the Allies some control. If he just ticked up, got himself out of T70, continued to apply that mid-game pressure, could have converted into a stronger late game. Instead, just going straight for the IS-2. Didn't quite capitalize on the situation in the game. But yeah, then late game, better coordination from the Axis. They were an arranged team after all. BF floating way too many resources, way too much manpower the whole game. Just Axis slightly outplaying the Allies there. I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye, and good luck.